What's up, YouTube? Graylan Stewart here, virtual wholesaler and entrepreneur. My channel is all about just sharing the truth about wholesaling, my real life experiences, and how I've gotten to where I'm at now, and also my journey on trying to reach 1 million per month. So it's a long haul, but that's my goal, putting it out there to the world so that everybody kind of knows and holds me accountable. So that's what I'm trying to do. But if you're interested in wholesaling, this is the right channel. If you want to know how to do things the right way and the real life way, not what the gurus teach you necessarily, because they're really all about their coaching programs and selling you things. So I'm telling you exactly what works in today's wholesaling world, and because we do this all day, every day, full time. Okay. So said all that to say this. Today's video, I'm going to go over how to become a respectable wholesaler. So obviously everybody starts out somewhere, right? We're all newbies at some point in time, no matter what we're doing. So wholesaling is no different. All right. So I started wholesaling September 2018. So a couple of years ago now. And really, right when I started, I just basically acted like I'd always been doing it, right? I didn't act like a newbie. I already acted like a pro on my very first deal, as if that was just normal. Okay. I just kind of just had that mindset that, hey, I knew what I had. It was a good deal, and I was kind of calling the shots and in control. And so I didn't look like a newbie because, I figured ARVs correctly. I marketed it at a good price, and people were interested. So right from the get-go, I already had the correct things down. So I already kind of was gaining respect in my first couple of deals. But, 4 or 5 deals later, which was only, in the same month. But, these people started to notice that, hey, I'm sending deals out. This guy is kind of real, but let me see how real he is. It's kind of, I feel that some buyers just test you, because buyers definitely try to take advantage if they can of newer wholesalers. Getting the deal at a lower price because they know you don't have probably a big buyer's list, or they know that you might be desperate because you're new and you're just trying to make some money. So a lot of times they'll lowball you and almost kind of force you into doing what they want. A lot of times I've even had them say that they wanted to use their contract or their title company, all those things. So I just never fell for it. I was always like, no, this is my deal. If you want it, here's what I do. I require this amount of earnest money down. This is the title company that we're in escrow with right now, and this is where we're going to close and how it's going to happen. And the price that I sent it out at is fair. It's a good deal for both of us. Obviously you have to negotiate oftentimes with these deals, but at the same time, if you stand your ground and you kind of show them that, hey, I'm not just some newbie, I'm the real deal. A lot of times that works out good for you. You just got to know that you have the goods and you're in control, not the buyer. They're not the ones, that put the blood, sweat, and tears into the marketing, into the negotiating and getting the deal. Okay. So getting the deal is the hardest part. And the buyers know that. So what we have are the goods. Trust me. They want what we have. They just oftentimes want it cheaper, obviously, just like we do with the seller. We want to try to get it as low as we can. Right. So, basically, I don't know, it's probably my second month in, so it might have been, my 8th or 9th deal or 10th deal by now or whatever, when I started. So I already had a good probably 80 to 100 grand in the bank, because I started off pretty aggressive and had success right away. But anyway, there was this deal that I got in this, this house was probably ARV of around 200 grand. And, that was on the top end, but in the lower end, it was at least worth 165. Depending on the finishes that you wanted to do in this particular neighborhood. And I got this deal for $25,000. Okay. So I got a really good deal on it. It didn't need a lot of work, like 60 to 70,000 in work. But I was sending it out there just trying to make, 45 grand on the deal so I can make 20. I had no buyers. I had buyers interested in the upper 30s. I think my highest offer was like 42,000. And I think I sent it out there like at maybe 49, somewhere around that ballpark. And kind of in my head, my minimum was 45 so that I could make 20 grand, right? And my best offer, I think, was 41 or 42, somewhere in that ballpark. and I just wasn't doing it. I just knew what I had. I knew it was a good deal. I was comfortable with that deal. The ARV, potential was actually even up to 220. Some of the comps that were really nice, nicely redone. So I knew I had a smoking deal. I think the buyers knew it too, but a lot of them were kind of shying away from the huge project because it was a good $60,000 to $70,000 project. But at the same time, a lot of them were like, well, if you can't sell it, call me back, or whatever. So that's what we did. And, obviously they did call back, or they were calling, just seeing if you sell it. But obviously I didn't want to sell it for less than 45. I needed to make 20. I mean, I didn't need to, but I wanted to. Because that's what you learn when you first start. You're getting smaller deals potentially, but those deals grow into bigger deals, and you got to hold your ground on what your minimums are and what you think you need out of a deal. Obviously, you have to buy it right. We're really good at anchoring low and buying low, and then you want to sell it for as much as you can, right? So I knew it was a smoking deal. I could make at least 20 grand, and I wasn't going to take any less. I was stubborn, I guess, but I wasn't scared of it either because worst case scenario, I could close on it, right? 25 grand. I mean, it's worth the gamble for me because I know I got it super cheap and it's worth 200. Even if you put 70 in it, you're still under 100 grand fully renovated. So there's $100,000 profit potential for an end buyer. So I knew that. So I told buyers like, hey, yeah, if you don't want it, that's cool. It's 45 is kind of my minimum, which I told them. After several people weren't close to that number. And I said, if you want it, it's 45, and eventually, this was Christmas time in 2018. The lady wanted to close, before Christmas. That was her thing. And this was like a week and a half before that. Okay. And no buyers were taking my price. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to close on it myself, make the lady happy, and I'm going to make more money. It's just a delayed gratification, really. So what I really did was I wholesaled it. So I bought it. I took it down myself for 25 grand. So that right there gained respect of buyers because they didn't believe me that I would actually take it down. Because a lot of times wholesalers will lock a deal up. They can't get the price they need because they locked it up too high oftentimes, or they just can't find the buyers for that particular deal. I had the buyers, just not the price I wanted. So a lot of times, buyers think, oh, well, when they cancel the contract, I'll go try to get the deal from them, later on or something. But, I think I gained a lot of respect because I actually took it down myself, which people already knew that, hey, this guy's new. He's been in it a couple of months now. He's not going to take it down, But I did. I took it down with cash on my own. We closed like December 23rd or something like that. It was a couple days before Christmas, so the lady could get her money. She was super happy. I spent $1,500 cleaning the property out, so it was because it was a lot of junk in there, in the backyard and everything else. So it was $1,500 just to get it cleaned out, and then me and my wife just went in there and scrubbed it down really good, just so it looked really clean and nice. So it looked 100 times better after I took it down. So I spent 25 plus closing, probably 27, and then 1,500 to clean it out. So I was in it for about 28.5, somewhere in that ballpark. And then I put it on the MLS right away. I already met a couple of investor-friendly realtors, and so I had this lady put it on the MLS for me. And within, 30 days or so, I was getting a lot of action right away, obviously, but it was still some lowball offers. But I was getting offers. I think we listed it for, I want to say 85, 89, somewhere kind of pretty high, because even with the 70,000 rehab, there's still a good 50, potentially 50 or so to make for a buyer. And keep in mind, MLS buyers typically pay a little bit more than your traditional cash buyers do. So anyway, I ended up selling it. So this was December. I closed right before Christmas. We ended up closing on it early February of 2019. And I think my settling price ended up being, I think it was like 78,000, 76,000, somewhere in that ballpark. It was a pretty good spread. I had to pay commission and close again, obviously, just pay my side of closing seller. But still, I think I was in it for 38. So yeah, I think I ended up clearing right around 40. So whatever that price was, I remember I cleared around $40,000 on that deal, to where if I'd have just taken the cash buyers prices, I would have got like 15,000 or so, which is a good day. But this deal was too good. It was too good to just let go of that price. So I gained a lot of respect from buyers because they saw that, hey, this guy's actually going to take these deals down. He actually put on the MLS and made money on it, you know what I mean? And I actually did 2 of those at the same time because there was another deal I was doing at the exact same time, and it was like $60,000. So I took that down with cash as well. Ended up closing around the same time, you know, right before Christmas. But anyway, so definitely buyers knew that I wasn't playing, you know what I mean? That I was, you know, not just a wholesaler, but I was actually an investor at this point, right? Because just a wholesaler, you're not really an investor because you're not buying anything. So then I became an investor, you know, 2 months in or whatever. So buyers definitely took me more serious at that point. When I sent deals out, you know, I'm asking the price that I'm asking. Sure, I'll negotiate a little bit, but I'm not taking lowball offers way below what I'm asking, you know, a couple thousand or so. Sure. But 10, 15,000 below, like a lot of buyers like to do, you know, I just don't do it. I close on deals all the time now. We hotel a lot. And that's exactly how people just started looking at me and my business a lot differently. I wasn't just another wholesaler out there. I was an investor like they were. So they knew if they wanted a good deal, because they weren't sourcing these deals on their own, they needed my deals. So they started paying what I asked, you know, and they knew that if they didn't, then I would find someone else or take it down myself. So that's what I did. So that's exactly how you do it. You know, if you want to gain respect in your community or in the places that you're wholesaling, that's how you do it. You know, sometimes you got to do it. But first of all, it starts with just standing your ground. Your price is your price. You control the deal, not the buyer. You have the goods and they want the goods. So that's really what it all starts with. And then when you have the money and you start building up cash, you know, then you can take things down if you have to. But obviously, you know, if you're just wholesaling, you don't really want to take them down, but you can still stand your ground as a wholesaler and stick to your guns, you know, if you know you have a good deal anyway, right? So that's kind of my 2 cents on that. Hope that video helped you. Hope you like it. Please subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it if you would hit that subscribe button and click the bell notification. So when I do new videos, you'll be notified. But definitely give me a comment if you like what I had to say, or if you had any other ideas, or give me examples of how you kind of gained respect in the wholesaling community, or other ways that you could gain respect. So anyways, drop me a comment. I'd love to chat with you. Obviously, I'll reply to all my own comments on my own. So yeah, definitely like, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.